everyone, Christmas music in the background. It's time for another free clean, an extreme clean. I don't know if you have seen the sink yet, but it is awful. I'm excited though. Currently 28 weeks pregnant, and I don't mind the smell. So let's do this.
Hello, how is everyone doing? I am so excited to record this voiceover for this cleaning for free because it has been a long time and I miss you guys, I genuinely do. And I also miss doing these extreme cleans very much, and that's why I was so happy to find this footage in my drafts. This cleaning took place in November, but there's a specific reason why I haven't uploaded this video yet, and that is because this clean had a little bit of a nasty aftertaste. You know, I do these cleanings for free always with the best intentions, and this time I was with Rose and Florine, and without vilifying the resident, she left us with the feeling of being played upon. However, I am really careful drawing these conclusions because I don't know if the way she acted was actually on purpose or that it was because she was very young and it had to do with her own mental health issues. So let me elaborate on what happened before, during and after this clean. In October last year, I received a message from a 22-year-old woman, and she was desperate for help. She wrote that the year before she had struggled with severe depression and a burnout, and that right now she received therapy, but that her house was a mess. She had carried the heavy weight of trauma since her childhood because when she was still a child, CPS had taken her from a very unstable situation at home. For the sake of storytelling, let's call her Becky. Becky was moved with her brothers and sisters to different children's homes. Later, Becky was telling me that she has very bad memories to these children's homes. There wasn't a feeling of safety and there was hardly any love given to the children, and the rules were very strict. The story continues after this next clip.
Can you see that? We can definitely see some mouse droppings everywhere, and these are traces of mice. They probably found some food in here in these bags, and you can see how their little teeth have tried to get in there.
Recently, the children's homes have become a hot topic for discussion here in the Netherlands. Stories like Becky's from kids all over the country have led to research, and it turns out that these children's homes do often more damage than good to the kids. Growing up without loving parents, without a safe nest, without a permanent residence is really tragic. This all leads to an identity that is very distorted. For example, these kids don't have a healthy sense of self-love. They're very impressionable. They have a really hard time trusting people, and it basically means that they have the most unfair start to life. As you can see, there was a lot to do that day, and there were so many clothes in this apartment. Florine managed to get them all in trash bags, and Rose managed to clean the bedroom completely. There was one spot in this kitchen that I could not wait to get my hands on, and that was this lovely sink. I was actually surprised that at 28 weeks pregnant, I was able to stand the smell. Because even though I was wearing a respirator, I really could still smell it. I wasn't so bothered by it, and looking back on this clean, I think that it confirms that I really love my job. Most of you know that I will continue doing these extreme cleans after my maternity leave. And before I forget, could you please take 10 seconds to check if you're one of the viewers who has the hype button right below this video? It's probably next to the share and like buttons. And if so, would you please click on that so this video will be shown to more viewers? That would be super helpful since YouTube is already punishing me for not uploading every week. However, I can't really blame YouTube because YouTube just doesn't know what it is to carry a baby, to deliver a baby, and to have kids and family life. Family first is always so important for me. Speaking of family, Becky did not have a family to guide her through the teenage years and young adulthood, and just thinking about that makes me really sad. Now she was 22 years old, and with the social support, she was able to get this apartment about a year ago. But she didn't have the money to buy new furniture or anything to decorate the apartment. She did have a bed that was donated by a company, but for the rest it was quite empty, and I will show you a little bit in the next clip.
Florine is with us today as well. She came here to help. She has her own YouTube channel. Go check it out. I'll put the link in the description. She's going to clear out this whole living room. It's supposed to be a living room. There's no furniture. The resident is planning on getting furniture, but in this state, it's not really smart to put new furniture in already. This is the pile of clothes that she wants to get rid of. She's probably going to donate it to a second-hand shop. And let's go check out Rose. Here is Rose.
Hello.
She's starting on the bedroom. It's smelling a bit sour here.
Very sour. I already opened up the windows, but it doesn't make a difference yet.
It's wow. I'd rather do the kitchen now if I smell it, if I know what it smells like here.
Yeah. I think
Crazy.
there must be some rotten food somewhere.
Cool. Go check out Rose's channel as well, Rose Amsterdam. Put the link in the description for you guys.
You could probably notice in the previous clip that she had a spare bedroom, and that bedroom was also full of clothes. I think the amount of clothes Becky owned was 10 times as much as someone should own. It was a crazy amount of clothes. Something that we found strange was that a lot of these clothes had labels on them, but also the security tags. And looking back, I should have asked her about it. I didn't, but I should have. It is time to tackle the sludge in this lovely sink. I was so happy to see a dirty sink again, because it was a long time ago that I cleaned a sink like this.
Kijk dan even de volgende beelden met percussion, met voorzichtigheid, met alles wat je ook maar kan doen. Want ik weet niet of ik het erin houden, want het is echt. Nee, hoor dat gewoon. Oh mijn god. Dit kan niet langer dan een jaar dus gestaan, hè? Dat is wel interessant. Ik heb mijn mond aan het ademen ook. Oeh, wat is dit? Ja, girl, I have no idea. Oh, dat doet je eigenlijk. Oh, dit is de schrik van nog erger. Oh nee, het valt niet mee. Nee. Zit er ook wat in, hè? Net hoor. Maar hij is dus gestopt. Dit is gewoon een lekker. Ook echt niet. Dank je. Ja. Oh my god. En laat even door was heen. Ja? Ja. Oké, maar soms vraag ik me ook af, hè? Even los van deze persoon. Ja, ik aan door, dus dat hoor je. Maar hoe gaat dit dan? Ik wil haar echt graag zeggen, stel dat je dat persoon, dan denk je gewoon van, oké, ik trek mijn steek uit, die gooit er dan gewoon in. Hoe werkt zoiets? Ja, de post die op de wc ligt. Ga je naar de wc, die post, of pak je de post en denk je dan, oh, ik ga het openen. Die vind ik daar hier best niet van zien. Hoe werkt dat? Ik wil die andere dingen begrijpen. Nee, dat kan je niet begrijpen. Nee, hè? Dat gaat, jij kan toch graag.
Fun fact, as I was clearing this sink from all kinds of treasures that I of course threw away, Florine was standing next to me and she was watching and constantly gagging, wondering how I could ever do this. And I explained to her, girl, this is so simple. You just keep on getting in there, getting all the tiny thingies out until that water runs through the drain again. Meanwhile, you say a little prayer hoping that the drain isn't clogged.
Ik heb wel turbo ontstoppen bij, volgens mij. Hij is leeg! Woe! Yes! Lekker man. Zo, nou, dat was hem. Woehoe!
You're probably still wondering why I told you that Becky had left us feeling played upon. And the reason has to do with the bed that the company had donated to her. Rose cleaned that bedroom so well and it was so pretty. It turned out perfectly. And I always tell the residents in advance the way we work, which is we clean for free, 100% for free. But we do make some clips and some videos to post on social media and post on YouTube. Secondly, I always ask the residents in advance if they want to remove items that they don't want to be filmed. And up and until this clean, it was always very clear to the resident what we are doing and how we do this and the reason why. It was always fine making these agreements just through texting and emailing. But as soon as Rose posted the video of the bedroom clean on her social media, I got so many phone calls and so many text messages from Becky that it was an emergency and that Rose needed to remove that video. And we couldn't really get why she was so upset. And so I called Becky and I said, "What is wrong?" And she said, "Well, there are some kids in my school and they recognized my bed. And all the mean kids are sending this video in group chats and talking about it and just being mean." This made us all so angry knowing that there are other kids who are this mean and this horrible and so short-sighted. This is one of the nightmares of a cleaner for free, that malicious people will recognize the home of the resident and make his or her life so miserable. And I asked Becky, I said, how can people recognize your bed? I mean, how do so many people know that that is your bed? And then she told us that when the company donated this bed to her, they made a video and they had posted that before. So that was the whole reason why people noticed that it was her bed. It would have been great if we, as Cleaners for Free, posting our content on social media, knew this on beforehand. Because now Becky was super angry with us and she required us that we would remove that video from social media. It was a true dilemma for all of us girls because on the one hand we had put in so much effort, so many hours and so much money into this clean, and at the same time you want to protect Becky and just show her that we really care for her. Consequence of all of this is that I now, as a cleaner for free, have to take some measurements for every free clean that I'm gonna do in the future. And what these measurements are, I'm gonna tell you after this clip.
heb een aanbieding in. Hoppatee.
To avoid future conflicts such as this one that we had after this clean, and to be taken more seriously by people who apply for a free clean and the consequences of that, I'm going to make contracts, and everyone who wants a free clean has to sign a certain contract. Because even though it might seem like we're a pair of volunteers cleaning more than 50 homes a year, we are also content creators, and that is our job. That is where we get our income from, because we collab with sponsors and we have to feed our own families too. So to avoid misunderstanding, I have to formalize the way people apply for a free clean. And I'm a little late realizing this, because I know that other cleaners for free always work with contracts. I am a little naive sometimes, and I'm always hoping that everything turns out well, but you know, that's not the case anymore. We are growing fast. There's so many people knowing the concept now in the Netherlands that I really need to make sure that I am completely covered.
Heb je? Hoppa.
What I've learned in my cleaning career is that it's best not to vacuum a floor when there are mouse droppings, because you don't want to take them home. And so I did mop this floor with bleach. I think I lost the footage though, but I disinfected this whole floor. And it was the end of the day that we finished. I think it was 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. We went shopping for the girl as well. We bought some tea towels and stuff. And it turned out really, really pretty. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support and your love. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!